Hey guys, welcome back. 67 GT 350 Mustang is finally finished. Boy, this has been a long build. Anyway, she turned out pretty good, boys and girls. Just got it finished, final little details yesterday, and got it mounted on its case stand, and it's ready for the shelf in the living room. It was a great kit to build. It's an AMT 67 Shelby GT 350 kit. There's two kits available in this version, one molded in black, and the one I built was molded in white. I hate building models, as you know, that are molded in anything other than white plastic. Anyway, this one turned out pretty good. I got one foobar. The back glass, when I went to glue the glass in, you learn things when you're building, and even after 40 years you're still learning do's and don'ts. So one don't I learned is when you're gluing rear glass in with crazy glue, the Bob Smith's gold, don't use a freaking accelerator to set the glue fast. So I got some hazing along the top of the rear window, and the options were to buy another kit to get a back glass, or make a back glass for it, and neither option is very appealing to me. I'd be afraid that when I went to pull that glass out, that it was going to take half the body around the window with it. So I decided I was just going to leave it alone, and it is what it is, and it's a learning experience. So I don't know about you guys, but don't use an accelerant if you're using Bob Smith gold to set your windows in place. Anyway, there's always something on a kit that doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to, but anyway, that's it on this one. Stripes are done. Cut each stripe. The rear deck lid comes in one complete piece, so I just cut 3 separate sections for each stripe on the rear deck. I didn't do the stripe that runs down the rear back panel. I find that the way the decal's laid out that comes in the kit really doesn't fit this area very well, so I just decided I wasn't going to use those. Top decal, of course, that was fairly straightforward. The hood decal I cut in 4 pieces. In the kit you get one complete stripe for each side, so I've measured those and cut those in 4 different sections and applied them. And I also did not do the decal on the cowl between the hood and the windshield. The decal's fairly, I don't know what the word is, but stiff. It's not like previous decals that I've used. The decal transfer was great, and they stick great. But I was afraid that I was going to lose all the detail on the cowl grills and how I was going to trim it around the windshield wiper. So I just decided I was going to not put that section on. Wheels turned out good. We finally got some disc brakes behind them, and again they're kit bashed wheels. We got the ride height where we wanted it. Chrome foil turned out good. Hinged the trunk. I haven't done a lot of hinges in my lifetime, but this one, the rear deck lid doesn't quite close all the way. I've got some interference with the hinges in the interior panel, and we did flocking on the trunk floor as well inside. So we'll continue to try our hinges. But anyway, it doesn't quite close right, but anyway, it is what it is. Overall, turned out good. I'm happy with it. Used some lapel pins with Canadian flags on them for license plates. Got a few of those in my stash that I've collected over time. Used embossing powder on the interior floor. Also used embossing powder on the underhood insulation as well. And if you keep the glue really thick when you're brushing it on, you can be pretty accurate with laying down embossing powder. And of course the silver, the idea of the silver was to tie in with the interior floor color. It turned out good. And I'll give you some different angles of this baby. Hang on, guys. Really enjoyed building this kit. If you guys are looking for a good kit to build, this is a great kit. Everything went together pretty well, really well. Stripes were a bit of a challenge, but we worked through it. And the paint again we started with primer base coat using Tester's flat gun, which you guys know is my new go-to for flat black. I use it in the engine bay, underside of the chassis, and primer for the top coat. And the top coat again was Model Masters anthracite gray metallic. Turned out really well. Now the next step is to figure out what the next build's going to be. We'll have to go through the stash and kind of get it narrowed down to 2 or 3 choices, and we'll get you guys up to speed in the next week or so on what the next build's going to be. Anyway guys, that's the final on the GT350, and thanks again for all the support in the channel, and we'll talk to you guys soon and decide on, we'll give you a decision on what the next build's going to be. Alright guys, stay tuned, take care, and thanks again. Bye bye.